This game has a Leatherface problem. Let me explain. Right now, what's going on is that people don't want to play Leatherface. Why? Because the basement. That's what I assume. You get bullied down there. What? You can't really chase people because they go into wall cracks and they just spam it. There's a lot of tables down there, a lot of bone knives. So lately, people have just been avoiding playing Leatherface, which is funny because he is the face of the game. I really do hope Gun and Sumo have something planned. Also, I do feel that the maps in this game need a lot of work, especially Slaughterhouse, because it's the most victim-sided map. Another thing they need to work on is the valve, because for some reason, after the 4th time, it seems that you cannot turn it off automatically, and for some reason it takes longer for the family to do it while the victims can spam to turn it on. Yeah, if anything, here's what I would do. If they spam it, they break the valve and they had to go get another one, and they get 3 chances, obviously, because they get 3 valves. So if they break it, like they rip it off, that's on them for spamming it. Timestamps in the description for those people that just want to watch the gameplay or whatever. But here are my ideas what they can do to help out with Leatherface. 1, obviously, if they door slam you, the door breaks. This goes for all the family members. If they use a door on you, it's a one-time and one-time use. 2nd, bone knives. I think there's so many around the map. I think we can afford that. Once you get a bone from the scrap of the bones, that's it. It's a one-time, and then you got to go find another pile. I don't know how much I've walked around, and I'm like, dude, there's a pile over here. There's a pile over there. It's over there. It's over there. And this one you liked from my other video, that if he thrusts the wall cracks, that he leaves like a sharp edges, and it does it for both sides. So you don't have to do, if it's like a long one, you don't have to go all the way to the other side to do it. It should just do it for all of them. And this could help out for people that just spam the walls going back and forth. Now, does it do a lot of damage? I would say no. This is also a future thing they could do for future family members that can make perks saying that if you go through wall cracks, it damages you more. So that's another thing they can do in the future. And lastly, reduce some of the tables down in the basement because there's so many. And that's about it what I would do for Leatherface. I honestly think that's it, because I think he does a good amount of damage. I think he's fast. I think he's great. It's just a lot of annoyance playing as him because you just can't really do much. They did just put out a patch notes. We're gonna get our first one. If you're watching this video, it's today. If you want to pause and read, but I'm just going to explain how I feel about the patch notes, and then we get into the Leatherface video. So far, the patch notes is what I assume. Nothing too crazy, something small, but it fixes some of the key elements. Also introducing some cool things like keybinds, which should have been on day 1, but it is what it is. But the big thing that everyone is talking about is crossplay no longer be playing with PC people because of due to hackers. Now, I already got confirmation from a dev that it's going to be a very short time. It's not going to be a long time. So how short is this short time? Maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month. No, I wouldn't assume more than that, but they did state that there is a second patch coming sooner than later. So what does that mean? Maybe a week from now, maybe even this week. So who knows, but we're going to be getting a second patch, which I assume is going to be the balanced patch, and we can talk about that more. But in today's video, I promised you guys another Leatherface video, and I've just been working on other characters. And first off, I want to say a big thank you guys supporting me on my other videos. If you guys keep on enjoying my content, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It helps out people finding my channel more, and it also motivates me to keep on going. So today's video, we have Leatherface, the main man that no one wants to play. The reason why I'm not playing him is because I'm trying to level up other characters, but it's very frustrating that the fact that when somebody joins, obviously the last person on the family member, we need a Leatherface. What do? They queue up.
Gentle as a kitten in a tree.
Not as Leatherface, but another character. Like, bruh, you see, we need a Leatherface. I know they can read the game chat or hear me, one of those two, but it drives me insane that people do this. If you do this, I hope your pillow are freaking hot on both sides for the rest of your life, because that's just annoying. Just leave or ready up as Leatherface. So these guys were talking all this smack, saying like, oh, you guys are just scared to play Leatherface. You don't want the smoke. Excuse me?
So you have chosen death.
I just wanted to play another character because I already have Leatherface full max, but I'm gonna rock him out with my new build that I've been working on for you guys that I think is the most fun build for Leatherface, and here's why. It starts with Scout. Scout, at level 3, you're 50% faster while reducing your melee damage by 10%, but let's be honest, that's not gonna matter because of this build. We have full 50 savagery and full 50 endurance. So I'm gonna be zooming and you'll see why. Next, we're gonna be having this perk. Honestly, I've already stated this the most, especially as Leatherface. I don't think your job is to give some blood to Grandpa. That's Cook's, Sissy, and even sometimes Hitchhiker's job. That's just how I see it. So I'm gonna be carrying that blood for 20%. And you can tell from the bottom right if it's active, if it highlights like purple. And this one I'm going to be running historical strength. I think it's a great perk because it seems like you're always at like low stamina, and you can see that this procs also if it pops up on the bottom right, if it lights up orange, it's procced. I just always have a feeling that I know when I do it, especially when I go for the one shot. And here is a secret thing that I've been learning about Leatherface. When you activate your family ability, focus ability, it really helps out Leatherface. 1, it reduces the sound of the chainsaw. 2, you hear the victims whimpering, crying, or whatever when they're running. And 3, you can see their outline, because if a family member sees them, you see them as well. So if you have this as a grandpa perk, this is probably one of the best perks for Leatherface, and it's very underrated in my opinion. And as for chainsaw, this is what we're going to be going with. Honestly, for those people that said that they stack, it doesn't. We end up finding out by the devs it doesn't stack. And for the skill tree, I did not forget. I apologize last time, but yeah, here's a skill tree. I went full right, another right, middle, and then left. Now if you don't get a perk on my tree, or I mean in my loadout, just reset and you know, just try it again. And if you don't get this one, honestly, Excited Grandpa is also good because people don't know, like each level equals 20%. So if you have 2, it's 40%. So he screams more, he does the sonar more. I mean, it all depends, you know. But yeah, let's get into the video, and I have another game coming up as well because this is a girthy video. We might as well make it girthy. Cause my boy Bubba is dick. Until we get a fix, I don't recommend revving up your chainsaw in the air, because when that happens, they wake up Grandpa and it stalls. They can start chaining, stun you like right there, and then I would just destroy little things until they wake up Grandpa, then go straight up there. But on this map, on gas station, you want to get rid of the 2 tables in the back where they escape from the fuse, because that can come in clutch near the end if your family member are chasing them down there and they can't get them because of the table. So please destroy those 2 tables in the back until we get a fix. Another tip I can give you is if they wake up Grandpa, hit tab real quick. And if anybody has like close to 300 or 400 points, that means they open the door. As you can see clearly, it's a Connie, not surprised. So what I would do is I would go look for that door that's open and see if I can catch her, because most likely she used her ability and she can't run unless she has like the level 3 version of it. So I noticed that Johnny is in the basement, so I did try to go help him. If the door is open, go down there, but I'm not gonna stop my chainsaw movement speed, and I'm just gonna rotate back and start watching up top because we did see a few of them up there. So my job is to pretty much do Johnny's job, which is watch the front or back gates. It sucks, but again, this is what happens when you play with people no comms. They are friends, so they're probably communicating. He's playing cook, so he's probably just like marking them for him so he can chase them down there. Johnny down there is not a bad idea, but you know, it's nighttime, so it's really hard to see him, and Johnny can see those footprints at night better than all of us. I mean, obviously he can see better than us because he has the footprints, but I'm gonna do my best to try to watch these doors and maybe catch somebody off guard. Now, some of you might think that destroying this door is kind of useless, but anything that stops my movement speed, again, we are zooming around with using scout. Anything that stops my movement, I don't like it, so I'm going to get rid of the doors because, say for instance, Johnny was fighting down below and the door was open. That door I destroyed was not destroyed. What would have happened? I would have to stop my movement, just like open the door and come down, and they would have probably got away. I find this to be more useful. The more doors you get away, the more you have a potential of one-shotting somebody by zooming around. I rest my case. She's right there. If that door wasn't there, if I destroyed it earlier, I would have probably just downed her. Not killed her, but probably waste her resources, her perks, or whatever. But again, when you guys have time, destroy those doors. Always make sure you're doing something when you're playing family. If you're not doing anything, you're not helping out the team. You're probably asking yourself, why did he open it? Now, I was told, and I'm not sure if this is true, but if somebody was picklocking a door and they got like, you know, 2 yellows on it, like 2 checks on it, if you open the door as a family, close it, lock it, it resets it. I wasn't sure if anybody was around there when I was revving. They probably got one. Again, I don't know where anybody's at. So all I'm doing is basically resetting the lock for them. I'm not sure if it's true or not. Maybe in the comment section, anybody that's actually tested it can tell me, but that's what I've been doing lately and it's been working out. What an asshole. I guarantee you he blocked it on purpose. Like, if you are not Leatherface and you're in front of him, get out of the way. These two didn't want to change to Leatherface. I was there first. I load up as Sissy and they refused. They literally wasted 2 minutes of my time of just not wanting to switch to Leatherface. So screw these two guys and my teammates. I carried them. If you're not Leatherface, get out of the way. Yeah, what was that you guys were talking about? How you're gonna destroy me? Yeah, okay. So in this video, it's a little bit different. I'm rocking out a different build. I'm rocking out activated. So when I get stunned, I do 20% more damage. I believe I have this at level 2, so it's actually 15% damage for 30 seconds. I could be wrong, but I wanted to show this game because I got some good value out of it, and you'll see in a second. And then I'm running big swings, which everybody's telling me to run because you get no downside to it, which is true. But I don't know, every time I do the big swings like tree, I never really get like all the perks I really want to try out. I mean, it's pretty easy to go with that. And then you go with Pharaoh, which also gives you more points to put in your savagery, but then you're left with like a ton of points that I guess you could put on blood harvesting. But yeah, I wanted to try out this build and it was okay. If you want to give it a try, give it a try. It's not that bad. Now, the reason why I feed Grandpa here is because I have no perks that really have a reason for me to carry blood. So I just do it because, again, if you're not doing anything as a family member, you're doing something wrong. So I'm doing something. If I can't find anybody, I might as well just give off the blood. tell me why that sometimes Grandpa skips like the second perk? Is it because the other perk is less value, and then the final perk? Because like right here, it's weird, right? If you look closely, he skipped a perk. I don't know. It's a little bit confusing. I'm not sure if it's a bug or if there's actually a reason to it. Thanks again for watching. If you guys have another build that you would like for me to do, or you have any concerns about the patch or anything, please leave it down below. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time.